Hey guys, it's Magically122 here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys one of my ultimate epic roller coaster Tycoon 2 parks and giving you tips on what I did to make it good and what you can do in the future to make your parks good. So I actually showed this park while it was still being built in progress in one of my older videos. So you can see now that it's changed a lot if you watch the older video. So anyways, I will start the tour at the beginning of the park. Right now, my park rating is 640. It's bad, but that's only because if you want to keep it up and you have this size of a park, either you have to hire lots of handymen to keep your park clean, or you have to go around and do this with the handyman, like kind of grab them and pick them up and drop them and make sure that they're keeping the park clean, because I mean all this vomit and stuff is what is lowering my park rating. If I was to like do this for like, I don't know, like half an hour, make sure the park gets clean and stuff, I guarantee you it would be up in the 900s. But anyways, yeah. Currently my admission price is $42. You don't want to get it that high until you have lots of rides. Gradually increase it as you build more rides. If it's a roller coaster, you can like count roller coasters as you would to like two rides, because those are generally much more popular. So I also have an information kiosk right at the entrance of my park. Always want to have those. Sell park maps, umbrellas, everybody buys them. And I've got actually 2 transportation rides in this park. I have a monorail, and then I also have these old-fashioned trains. The monorail goes around the whole park. You can see its track here, kind of goes all the way around, and then the train goes around this lake. Okay, so moving on, I've got a Viking ship ride, and I've got a merry-go-round here. You want to have a huge variety of rides, not just a couple of one kind of ride. You want to have gentle rides, thrill rides, scary rides, gentle, like, I don't know, low intensity rides. You want to have everything, because I mean there's like all the guests in this game prefer different things. So right here I've got a coaster. It's a suspended swing coaster, extremely high nausea rating. That's why I've got all this throw up here, and I just dropped a handyman in the exit area to clean that up. 7.54 nausea rating, but it's only got a 5.93 acceptance rating. It's not that bad, but it's not exceptionally good. I named it Spidey Man because the Spider-Man movie just came out, and I also colored it to his colors. So basically, I've also got this junior roller coaster in my park, right at the beginning of the park. It's called Tiny Tim because, I mean, it's just really small and wimpy. But it is popular, strangely. Like on roller coasters, most of them are just all really popular, even if they're tiny. So you don't really have to just avoid building the junior roller coasters or mini roller coasters or Wild Mouse or anything. But yeah, I've got a motion simulator here, popular. Freak House, or I mean, I named it Freak House. It's called Haunted House. Not very popular. Unless it's raining, then it gets a little more popular. Here I've got Rotor Drop Ride. It's kind of like a spinning free fall. Extremely high nausea rating, so I always get lots of vomit around it. But the good thing is that no guests get on it unless they have high nausea tolerance. I've got a food court, and then this is probably right here is my least popular roller coaster in the whole park, called T-Rex, and I themed it Jurassic. Also has a very high nausea rating. This seems like the part of my park where I've just got all the nauseous rides. So you can see that there's quite a bit of vomit. Actually, this handyman just cleaned it up. So yeah. Moving on, I've got food here, go-karts, this water ride. I don't know exactly what this is called. I named it Winterland. There's no line for it, but that's because I've got 15 boats that each can hold 8 people. So, I mean, lots of people can be on the ride at the same time. Like, I've got, let me see. 80 people on the ride right now. So it's got only a 4.64 excitement rating. So I don't know why it's that popular, but whatever. Okay, here I've got a roller coaster, a looping roller coaster. It's called Loop Lover. It's launched. I made it actually launch out of station like that. It goes on a loop and then goes on another loop right here and then kind of comes around, then does another loop right in the middle of the two other loops. I was gonna make it loop through one of either of this loop or this loop, but it was too hard and I couldn't get it right, so I just did it like in the middle. And then I've got this thrill ride called Top Spin. All the thrill rides tend to be not very popular, but they all usually have high nausea ratings. So you want to make sure handymen like kind of watch out for that area a lot, because I've got lots of vomit here, and I just drag and drop that. I mean, just like pick up and drop the handyman to the areas with lots of vomit. And I've got more food and bathrooms, space rings. Those are just a gentle ride, very high nausea rating. Also, here I've got, here, let me show you the stats for Loop Lover. It's got 6.23 excitement rating, 6.86 intensity rating, and it's pretty popular, even though the excitement rating is not exceptionally high. Ferris wheel, food court, second monorail station right here, and here is one of my kind of really big roller coasters. I had a lot of fun building this roller coaster. Every ride in this park that can be custom built is custom built. It's called Mega Twist, and it's a twister roller coaster. So it's got twister roller coasters have every kind of inversion possible in this game. You can do loops, half loops, large half loops, corkscrews, inline twists, all that kind of stuff, and you can just mix and match them. I even made it go underground. It's a very popular ride, and it's got an excitement rating of 8.64 and a very high intensity rating, though, 9.9. So here is my third monorail station, and I've got one of these gentle car rides. I actually switched the kind of vehicles that they drive into racing cars, and that made the excitement factor go up by 3%. So just always check what kind of trains or cars that they can ride in, because sometimes it really affects the ride. And I've got some vandalized garbage cans right there in my food court. Yeah, that's actually my newest food court. I added it because I was getting lots of complaints that guests were hungry and thirsty in bathroom and stuff. And I've got an observation tower, and I'm going to show you guys my kind of king coaster of the whole park. It's called Venom. It is a giga coaster and goes up to around 400 feet, I think. Yeah, a little over 400 feet. I like giga coasters. It was very fun to build. It's got a 9.69 excitement rating. It's very, very high. And the intensity rating isn't even that high. It's 7.7. But it's really high because, I mean, it's a very long ride. The ride time is 2 minutes and 2 seconds, which is pretty long for the coaster, for a roller coaster, considering roller coasters go very fast, especially in this bottom part down here. In this whole bottom part, the coaster's going around like 60 the whole time. So it is a very long ride. That's why it is very exciting. And I've got lots of helixes and drops and stuff in it. So it's very, very popular. And then I've got this water log flume ride. It's called Reverser just because it's got these like weird circle things on it that kind of turn the boat around. So I have people going down these drops backwards. I've got another food court right here, and here's a mini roller coaster. It's called the Mini, and then because it's kind of like a mini version of the Mega. That's the Mega Twist. A Mega Twist, so it's a mini. Kind of lame, but I couldn't really think of any other name. Here I've got a man-made lake with pelicans, or I named the pelicans. They're called swans, and jet skis, which is currently broken down. And then I have a maze right here. a launch free fall ride. I actually had this ride crash when I was building it because I increased the launch speed. Like I made it a little bit too high, so the car flew off and blew up, and then I had people that like weren't getting on the ride because they were thinking, I'm not getting on sky high, it's not safe. Yeah, so you don't want to make your rides crash because people won't ride it for a while. I mean, people aren't thinking that anymore, but they were. And then here I've got a 3D cinema. I had to like decrease the size of the queue line by a lot because the queue time was way too long. If it gets to 7 minutes, 6 or 7 minutes, or anything above that, guests start to get kind of annoyed, and then they'll get that thought where they're like, I've been queuing for blank ride for ages, and then they'll get less happy. Putting queue line TVs in the lines does help though. So here I've got my 4th monorail station, and yeah, and right next to it I've got Tootsie Roll, which is a wooden roller coaster. It's got a 7.7 excitement rating, 8.8 intensity rating, and even though the nausea rating is not very high, I have lots of vomit around it. And then here I've got Splash Zone. It's one of those water rides with the large boats. It is pretty popular. It was much more popular until I built one of my coasters that I'll show you in a little. And then I've got a food court, and I've got a cash machine. You don't want to put cash machines down until much later in your park because the only guests that will need to use the cash machines are the guests that have been in the park for a long period of time. Here I've got Gentle Ride, the helicopters. These things are pretty lame, but it is still very popular. You want, like I said, you need a large variety of rides, and there are guests that don't like getting on roller coasters, so they get on things like this. And then I've got Egyptian Spin. That's what I named it. It's just that magic carpet ride. So moving to the center of the park now. I'll start with this side. I've got, this is the newest roller coaster I built. So even though it's extremely popular, even though the excitement rating is only 5.63, that just proves the fact that if you build a new ride, it's going to be the most popular. It's a launched inverted impulse ride. This was very, very easy to build. And I mean, and I've got like an insanely long queue line, and then it's 6 minutes. But guests aren't complaining of the length because I have the TVs and it's 6 minutes only. If it was 7 minutes, people would probably start to complain. Here I have Enterprise Thrill Ride, high nausea rating. It's, let me see, 7.64. Another place that I have to watch out for my handyman. And then I've got some food right here, bathrooms. I have bathrooms in every one of my food courts. Oh, my miniature railway station is right here. And then the second station is on the other side of the lake over here. And it just passes through the stations of these two coasters. This first one is called Zinger. I just called it that because it's green and stuff. It's a stand-up twister roller coaster. It's very, very popular. And it's got a 7.42 excitement rating with a 7.99 intensity rating. I would definitely get on this coaster in real life. It's quick and it's fun. And it's not that scary. Like, I mean, I don't even know if I would get on Venom because it goes up so high. But anyways, I've also got the Twist ride. It's a thrill ride. Pretty popular, even though it's kind of lame. This ride in real life probably wouldn't get like any business at all. Space Rings, I think I already showed that. Okay, so this side of the middle of the park, Dodgems, which are basically bumper cars. People like the ride, it just doesn't get much business. That's the deal with this ride. And then I've got Swinging Inverter Ship. This is a popular ride. You can't really see because of the trees. I planted all these trees in the park because I mean, it makes guests think great scenery, which makes them happier. Even though it was kind of annoying and cost me probably like $20,000 to get all these trees in. But I think they look nice from this like overall outer view. So, anyways, moving in, I've got this LIM launched roller coaster called Launcher. Not a very good name, but I couldn't really think of anything else. It's a decent coaster. It's got a 6.64 excitement rating, but a very high intensity rating, 9.46. But I mean, I would get on this in real life. I've got another food court and a maze, which I think I already showed, and that looks like it's about everything. It's a pretty successful park. I could get the park rating in the 900s, just if I went around and made sure there wasn't any vomit anywhere. But yeah, it's a decent park. It took a lot of work to build. The one thing you want to watch out for is I do not recommend trying to connect lots of different paths. Like in one of my older parks, I built it in the same layout like this, where I kind of had a middle area right like in the entrance and then two paths branching out. But at the top area, I actually kind of just connected these two paths, and that got all these guests lost and confused, and then they started kind of their energy went way down, so they kind of just started moping around, and I actually had a park rating of 0 at one point because of all those moping around guests. So what I did actually was I made the path much thinner. I don't know if that was the fact. I mean, that was probably part of the reason why I don't have all these mopers around, that people are getting stuck and lost and stuff. It might be because the path is thinner, or it might be because I decided to make these like the top areas, they're kind of square shaped. I don't know which reason why that happened, but yeah. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about what I did, or any ideas of how I could improve this park, please comment about it. And if you like the video, please hit the like button, and please subscribe to my channel. So thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll be back soon.